Halftime, Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, the Division V state championship game. Liberty Center and Perry knotted up at 7. Exact kind of ball game that we were expecting when these two 15-0 teams made it here for the state championship. Ryan Baker here taking you through our halftime, and I'm joined by Bo Rugg. He's the Director of Officiating and Sports Management for the OHSAA. And Bo, you're also the football administrator. First of all, thanks for taking the time to talk with us at halftime. And the big news this week was that the OHSAA and the Hall of Fame have come to an agreement. 3 more years, the state championships are going to be here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium through 2026. Just talk about what went into getting this agreement done and why the OHSAA wants to partner so much with the Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah, Ryan, we're very happy to be back at the Hall of Fame. What we do is we try to do 3-year contracts on most of our venues and try to look at how things go from both perspectives, from the perspective of the host as well as our perspective. And do we want to continue that? How can we improve? And those types of things. And the hall has been phenomenal to work with. It's a great venue for us. It's a great area for football, and we have great partners in them in trying to make our championships the best in the country.
About 2 months ago, back at the beginning of October, I was lucky enough to come up with all of you guys for a site check for what we're going through this weekend. And we got some behind-the-scenes stuff on some of the things that the Hall of Fame has planned here. Obviously, Hall of Fame Village has grown so much these past few years. Things like what they're doing, building the hotel, the water park, the restaurants that are here now, the shops. Are those things that have gone into the decision to want to continue this partnership? Yeah,
it's really become a kind of a destination spot, and that's a really good thing for us. It's a good thing for our communities to come. Heck, they can come a day early if they want and partake in a lot of different things happening around here. So yeah, it really makes it a better atmosphere for the 3 or 4 days that we're here.
We mentioned you're the football administrator for the OHSAA. Also the director of officiating. We're here. This is all the hard work, the culmination of it is this weekend. Only one more state championship game after this one. Talk a little bit about what the football season is like for you.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of 2- and 3-fold. As we go through the season, I have to really look at what our teams are going to do in preparing for the championships. And then from the officiating end, we've already started. We use data from last year, and then we start putting things together early on in the season so we can get kind of our crews ready, and then we have to get set up for those first 2 weeks of the playoffs where we assign regular season crews. And I have a network of people that help me around the state do that. And then we have our 56 crews that we already put together about week 4 or 5. And so we know we're going to go. And then it's about, once we know games, then we got to assign to the appropriate games and all that kind of stuff. So it's a progression of things. We try to do as much as we can ahead of time. But, you know, once you can't do much ahead of time, if you don't know the game, you don't know exactly what you have. And so that part of it, getting sites for neutral sites, all of that stuff, it all culminates in the preparation through execution.
What are a couple things that have stuck out to you just about this football season around the state of Ohio?
Well, you know, it's been an exciting season. I think we've seen some really good football teams. I mean, we have 2 15-0 teams right here in Division 5. I think, you know, Massillon went in their first tournament.
It's a great story.
It's just there's those stories every year that we see and enjoy. And it's just about the participation across the state. I mean, we had 10 teams that were 13 to 15 seeds that won first round. So that's an opportunity for them to have success when their season may not have gone as well. We had a 12 seed playing last night.
Yeah,
so it's those types of things, the opportunities, the kids that take advantage of those opportunities and grow from it. And that's what it's like every season.
Talking with Bo Rugg, the Director of Officiating and Sports Management for the OHSAA. Halftime here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Liberty Center and Perry tied at 7 in the Division V state championship game. The Respect the Game campaign, the OHSAA has decided to bring that back and really put a focus on that. Talk a little bit about the reasons behind bringing that back and what we want to see from the people that are attending our games.
Well, we really think our school environments have a chance to be the best environments we have for sports. They're all in what they want to do. We all have the same ideals and what we want, and we need to lead the way in what environments should be like around sports. And that's really why we're kind of bringing the campaign back, an awareness thing of what we're trying to do, and really trying to show some of our great environments in what we have. And if we have people that are falling behind and not living up to those expectations, we can show them the model and say, this is what you want to do, and this is what we stand for. And the vast majority of our schools stand for this, and so we've just got to get that out there so everybody just jumps on board and has the type of positive environment that the players and coaches and officials and everybody on the field get every week.
I know one thing, just being here this weekend, seen a lot of great sportsmanship. I know multiple times in that Division III game last night, yesterday afternoon, between Watterson and Toledo Central Catholic. Guys helping each other up, making sure the other team is okay. The fans have all been great so far. I haven't heard anything personally from any of the fans, so it's been a great weekend for that. You're in charge of officiating. We talked about there's a shortage of officials. I know you guys have been doing things to try to make it easier to get officials. Talk a little bit about the process of becoming an official if somebody wants to.
Yeah, we went to online educational classes about a year and a half ago, and that's really been positive for us to gather that interest and get the interest involved. We found out that there's a lot of interest. So we've got to get them from that to some training and then to the field. And our local associations have stepped up in that process. Our schools have stepped up in that process. So we have some really good momentum. We're on a trend where we have more than we had the year before, and we want to keep that trend moving.
If somebody would like to be an official, what's the best way they can get more information on that, or how they can go about it?
They can just simply go to our website at www.ohsaa.org and click on officiating, become an official. It's right there, and it gives them exactly what they need to do. And if they can't figure it out on the site, they'll give them who they can contact.
We mentioned this weekend here is the culmination of the 2023 football season, but when does work on the 2024 season start for you and your staff?
Well, it already has. We're looking at some things as we evaluate what we did this year. How can we improve for next? It's so interesting. You know, I'll go to the National Federation Rules Committee next this coming January. So from a rules perspective and a regulations perspective, we're already working on that. And then we'll work on whatever else we want to tweak.
Sorry about that, Bo. Hit the wrong button there for you. Last question here for you. Put your coach's hat on. If you're the coaches of these two teams, what are you telling them at the half?
Well, I think like all good coaches, and these are two really good ones here, you're going to say, hey, here's what we did right, and we got to keep doing it. Do what we do and do it well. Good coaches do that. Don't worry about the other. Well, let's do what we do and do it well and make them adjust to what we do. And I think both these teams, because they're different styles, both these teams will say that. These coaches will say that to their teams, and we'll see who comes out and enforces their will on the other team.
And it's funny you say that. When Liberty Center did that one drive, 13 play, 80 yards, very methodical, they got the score. Bo, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks so much for spending some time with us at halftime.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
It's Bo Rugg, the Director of Officiating and Sports Management for the OHSAA. We'll go in through some of the stats of the first half when we come back, but first let's pause for these messages from the Ohio High School Athletic Association. You're listening to the OHSAA Radio Network, fueled by chocolate milk.